Hello, my name is James Miller, and I'm in Hong Kong to witness the penultimate day of a 12-day Daoist ritual, Luo Tian Da Jiao. And here the people are getting ready for the beginning of the ceremony this sunny afternoon in Hong Kong. Having assembled at this large temporary altar that has been erected behind the actual buildings of the temple, the priests here and all of the people who are attending the ceremony are getting ready for this ritual. The priests here, there are 3 priests, they're dressed in white, and they're about to get on their ritual vestments. And in doing so, they're transforming themselves into 3 gods, the San Qing, or the 3 primal energies of the universe. In the Tao Te Ching, one of the principal classical philosophical books of Taoism, there is the phrase, the Tao becomes 1, the 1 becomes 2, the 2 becomes 3, and the 3 become the 10,000 things. Here, these 3 Taoist priests are the personification of these 3 primal energies of the universe. And on behalf of all of the people, they're going to be offering petitions to the gods for the well-being of the state, to celebrate the 10 years of reunification of Hong Kong with mainland China, and they'll be praying for the stability and security of the land and for the flourishing of people's lives. The Luo Tian Da Jiao is an ancient ritual going back to the Tang dynasty over 1,000 years ago, and it's one of the most elaborate and extensive of Daoist rituals. This particular one has been going on for 11 days, and it will finish tomorrow, November the 24th, 2007. The ritual site here is set up as a square, and in fact there are small altars at each of the 4 corners of the square and in the back, signifying the 5 directions, meaning the whole of the universe. And to the back of the altar there's another stage as well, where all of the gods are arrayed as in statue form. Here the 3 priests are individually making prayers and chanting according to the scriptures that you can see set in front of the altar here. 2 acolytes come and adjust the gowns, the capes of the priests, so that when they stand up they won't trip over themselves. As you can see here, Taoism has a very rich material culture. Not only has the music here, you can't quite see the musicians, but they're at the back of the picture here. There's an extensive live orchestra that's accompanying the chanting, and we can see the vestments as well, very richly decorated, and all of the various ritual implements, on the altar, and all of the movements that the priest is making here. In this next phase of the ritual, each of the 3 priests is going to be taking these small incense holders, and they're going to be lighting the incense and making these ritual movements, bowing down to the floor, moving the incense in certain prescribed directions. Here you can see the very precise way in which the priest moves the incense in the incense holder, and makes these movements using the whole of his body. A basic principle of Taoist ritual is that while the priests are performing these external ritual movements, they'll also be directing the flow of energy within inside their bodies. This is a kind of external visual representation of something that is also taking place internally deep inside their own meditation within their own bodies, that they're also performing at this particular time. Here you can see the priest handing off the incense and new incense being put in the burner. There's a constant procession of incense that's being brought to the priest and taken away from him. You can see the handover is taking place here. And actually this ritual lasts much longer than in this video. It probably lasted about half an hour, and many sticks of incense were used here, and they were taken up to the back of the temple. In the next part of the ritual, we're going to see all of the priests and the various assistants here move away from the main altar that's at the top of this ritual ground and make a procession to visit all of the other altars that have been erected for this ceremony. And you can see here it's an enormous space, and here all of the many assistants to the ritual processing. In the background you could see the three priests dressed in the red. Here they come, and here they're making particular hand gestures, ritual hand gestures, and they're carrying with them the incense, and they're about to make a procession round to the altar that you see in the background here, and they'll be making petitions at that particular altar. You can see also from this not just the priests performing, but all the people who have come, and all the people taking photographs. I mean, this is very much a spectacle, a ritual performance. It's been filmed for television. It was broadcast on the news when I was there in Hong Kong. Here the priests have stopped outside in front of one of the altars, and they're making ritual obeisance and making petitions at this particular altar. By processing round the whole of the altar ground, this is symbolically gathering up the whole world into the offerings that have been made at the principal altar at the top. Of course, one of the main principles of Taoism is the idea of balance between yin and yang, and here this is expressed symbolically in the participation of these various women assistants at the ritual, followed also by, I think, what seemed to me to be an equal number of men, but they were segregated according to the sexes. Here the end of the women's procession and the beginning of the sequence of men who are following them back up to the main altar at the top of the steps. Finally, these shots of the people processing, we can just see the principles of Taoism and the symbols evident in the colors here, black and white, yin and yang, and also yellow, an imperial color signifying the splendor and august nature of this ritual, uniting the people on earth with the highest heavens, establishing the bonds between heaven, earth and humanity, bringing all together into an enormous harmony. This is the ultimate goal of this ritual, and it's expressed symbolically throughout, even in the colors that we see here. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this film.